Former Kiambu Chief Finance Officer Faith Njeri who quit on Thursday after falling out with Governor Ferdinand Waititu, has opened out the county's operations and her resignation. She lifted the lead on the alleged mess in the county, deepening the besieged governor's woes. Speaking at a press conference at Kigwa Hotel along Kiambu Road Thursday, Ms. Harrison painted a picture of all is not well in Kiambu County and asked the government agencies to move fast and rescue it from imminent collapse.
So our main worries on why we resigned is because of a few issues. One being issue of public properties. As you are all aware, the issue of the finance department is the custodian of the public properties, and finance being the custodian of this, much of the public properties has been transferred to private individuals. More so, this including the staff houses in the counties and other public properties, and quarries. The county quarries has also been transferred to public individuals. So as the custodian of these public properties, we feel we cannot work this way. When land is being transferred, when the public land is being transferred to private individuals who are relatives to the governor. As we are all aware, the Kiambu County government wage bill is far much above the 35% recommended by the SRC. And in this case, we are finding it difficult to operate in such a situation where the governor is engaging cashiers verbally without even having the engagement letters, despite the so many circulars that have been issued by the county treasury regarding freezing of recruitment. And in this case, revenue collectors in the counties are people who are not engaged through the right way, as they don't have the engagement letters, and so we are operating with people who are not even staffs in the county, and they are the ones who are collecting the revenues. We have another team that is branded as an enforcement team that operates within the county and has no engagement letters. So the governor has been engaging staffs on casual engagement basis without regard to the county public service board. This is worrying, as we cannot work under such conditions. The other case is concerns the procurement. Procurement at the counties has no independence, as this has been interfered with by the governor himself through intimidation and dictating on the evaluation committees at the department level. All the tenders are awarded to the family members, the wife, son, and the proxies, which is not supposed to be so according to the law. In this case, the independence of the procurement department, we find that procurement being in finance, we cannot operate on being dictated on what to do, who to award the tenders, and the contract price, and all that. And another case of conflict of interest is whereby the tenders are being awarded to the MCAs in the county. This is to suppress the independence of the assembly, and also to suppress the oversight role by the assembly. And this is also in conflict of interest, as these members of the assembly are supposed to play their role of oversight. Another case that made the group to resign is the issue of payment in the finance department. When we came in as finance team, we inherited pending bills way back from 2016, and the same has not been cleared, has not been cleared up to date, in disregard of the executive order that was issued by the president. And so as finance, we sat down and decided to pay these suffering contractors, the contractors who went and took loan. The loans are in arrears. Some have even died And so that's what made the governor to transfer from Department of Finance to Department of Trade. He has been calling the contractors through phone calls and engaging them so that he can pay them the pending bills. So much of this has been talked, and we feel that we cannot work independently in finance, and that's why we have resigned. Actually, what I can tell the public is that I'm not sacked. I'm the one who didn't resign. I did a resignation letter after I heard through the media that I've been transferred to a Department of Trade. And all the rocks in the finance department were interfered with and exchanged, and so that we cannot gain entry into the department. Yes, I'm very much willing to share this information with the investigating agencies, the EACC and the DCI. As we all understand that the county is under investigation because of the corruption allegations, mostly targeting the family members of the governor. And so we are very much willing to share the same so that the government can move in and save the Wanjiku of Kiambu. When we went back after resigning the first time, we didn't agree on some issues. And then we cannot work under pressure in the Department of Finance, and we needed our independence. And that's why we decided to work independently as per the PFM Act and as per the procurement procedures. And so that's why we avoided being dictated on. Yes. If action is not, if government does not move in with speed and save the Wanjiku of Kiambu, we are likely to dissolve this county the way the Taita Taveta government is moving on. Because if all the public properties have been acquired and transferred to the private individuals, I don't see Kiambu surviving. And also, if the recruitment is being done the way it is done, without giving the Public Service Board the independence of recruiting the staffs, I don't think we can manage the county like a kiosk. This county is a GOK, it's a government of Kenya county, and that's why it is funded, and doesn't have to be managed like a personal kiosk for the families and proxies. What happened, the governor used to give us a list of the supplies and the contractor that he wished the department to pay, and we declined on this. We saying that we don't have to be given and dictated upon, being given written notes and what have you. We say now we want to operate as a finance department, and that's why we are given another transfer to Trade and the tourism department, of which we've not seen the letter. We are just hearing the same through the social media, and we are not fearing because we are talking the truth, and the truth be told to the world and to the county, and everybody who is listening to this, that we will not live under fear and intimidation. We are very strong and we are very serious on this. If somebody has acquired public property, you need to return back. And you don't have to go pay the kickback so that you can supply in the Kiambu County. Kiambu County is a government organization where people are free to tender and do the supplies. You don't have to take the kickbacks, the 10% to the governor, so that you can be given the supplies. We had a pending bill of 1.8 billion that was audited through the Auditor General's office, and we were given 1.1 billion as the eligible pending bills, and the 400 million was to be investigated based on missing payment vouchers. Yeah.
Wacha nichukue vitu zangu kwa gari. Gari kwa wapi? Chukua hii. Mwenye wako pale. Nitia, hebu nitia gari yako na mwenyewe. Gari ni yako masi yako. Ni brother yangu tuko naye kwa hoteli. Ako wapi? Ako hapo kwa hoteli. Just call him. Kwenda hapa. Wacha nitolee vitu zangu. Sisi brother yako naye? Alafu sasa yako na vitu zangu, sasa shia nini? Siwezi enda bila simu. Siwezi enda bila simu. Sasa tutaona hapa. Kama vitu kwa ndani. Unafaa wakani? Hawa ni marafiki wa brother yangu. So hawana shughuli za walikuwa wamekuja kusikiza. Na anashika kwa nini? Hanyi tuoneke.
Yona ndake ona akihurira thimu ni godo ko ni omuhu ini. Yeno thimu ona ndake ona akihurira.
Reporting for the Kenya Digital News, my name is John Matava.